So in part one, I'm going to talk to you about creating power in the swing plane through the shoulders and through the body. I'll give you some power drills, as I will call them. So we're going to deal with the shoulders, because if I deal with the shoulders, I'm dealing with the torso, the hips, the legs and the feet. Now in the old days I used to use a comb for this, but I don't use a comb anymore, and this wouldn't work with the sponge. But I've got a £20 note that I just folded into three, and I want you to imagine that as the whole body, shoulder, hips and feet. If I twist the top of the £20 note through 90 degrees, you can see the middle goes through 45, and there's a beautiful even mix through the £20 note. So watch that. If the £20 note is folded like that and it's in a true line, when I twist the top to 90, you get a lovely radial twist. The whole £20 note has an even sense of rotation. Now you've only got to slump your posture just a little bit, and the same rotation doesn't work, and you can see that the thing gets kinked. So when the posture is good in the body and you turn the shoulders, the whole body works. You've only got to slump a little bit and the shoulder turn ceases to work effectively. So save yourself some pain, keep your spine in line, and then all will be well. If I take one of these alignment rods and just tuck them through the trouser loop of my slacks here, I can mimic the £20 note. I'll turn to you. So I've got good posture. I'm going to turn my shoulders through 90 degrees, and you can see that without any conscious thought, my hips have turned through 45. Notice how my right knee moves back a little bit, but does not lock straight. Okay? Now, when I incline from the hip, engulfing posture, you get a similar sort of effect. I'm going to turn my shoulders through 90 degrees, get this club pointing behind the ball. You can see that the hips have turned, but look, the right leg has straightened slightly, but has still kept it flexed. I would not want the right leg to be totally rigid at the top. So, just going again, I'm not worrying about the hips. They're going to respond. If I get my shoulder to coil through 90 degrees, my hips have behaved properly, and then stretching the other way, the same is true. So there you go. That's how you get the power. If the shoulders turn through 90 degrees in the backswing for the driver, then the hips coil without any thought, and then they release. So power comes primarily from the coiling of the torso, and you've got a good drill to make you do it. Okay, so let's just show you a driver swing and major emphasis on coiling my shoulders to my throat. I'm going to do it in slow motion for you, and I'm going to stop at the top. So, the ignition, the shoulder line, I turn. You'll see the club head tracking, the biomechanical plane, the butt of the club rising. Get to the top. My right knee has a hint of flex. The power is stored, and now I can release. You see I can hit the golf ball about 270 yards, even pausing at the top. Going back to the catapult analogy, you can stretch the catapult and stop. The power is there until you choose to dispense it. People say to me, does it matter if I swing slowly or quickly? It doesn't matter to me, but what does matter is whether you've turned the shoulder. That's the issue, whether you're Ernie Els or Nick Price, whether your swing is slow tempo or fast tempo, the issue is, have you loaded the shoulder? So every time you're going for power, the shoulder must ignite the backswing, and it must complete the backswing. And if you learn that, you're extracting power from your entire body weight. You need it very much when you're hitting the driver.